Hey kids, Tito James here. Welcome back to the channel where we take awesome out of the box. Now, a bit of history lesson. It's been about 3 years since I did a review or a video on a mid-range Motorola device, and that all changes in this one because of this. This is the Moto G 5G Plus, which signals Motorola's return in the mid-range segment here in the Philippines. But what does it have to offer? Let's get into it by showing you everything that comes inside the box. Of course, you have the phone itself, and you already have the case installed, so literally you have out-of-the-box protection. Now it comes in the surfing blue colorway, and this is the only color it will come in. Aside from the device and case, you have the standard set of documents, a SIM ejector pin, a pair of open-fit earphones, the USB-C cable, and its 20-watt charging brick. With that out of the way, let's take a closer look at the Moto G 5G Plus. As I mentioned, the Moto G will only come in the surfing blue colorway, and while I do wish that they had more color options, I do think that it looks good. Now there is a bit of a dot matrix design to break up all that blue, and it is a bit iridescent as well to give the design a bit of a boost. For the build quality, Motorola uses plastic here from the back of the device to the frame, but it feels extremely sturdy and actually tricked me into thinking that it was made out of glass and aluminum. Overall, I think it sits well in the hand, but it feels slightly narrower and taller than other devices I've tried recently. For a tour of the button and port layout, you have the headphone jack, USB-C port, and the phone's lone speaker on the bottom. You have the volume rocker plus side-mounted fingerprint scanner on the right side, which unlocks the phone quickly and is pretty accurate as well. But they've also included a shortcut function where you can opt to double tap on it to give you a shortcut for your most used apps. Pretty handy if you don't want to delve into your app drawer. On the left side, you have access to the phone's hybrid SIM tray and a dedicated Google Assistant button. In front, you have the Moto G's 6.7-inch Cinema Vision Full HD Plus display. It has a resolution of 1080 by 2520, giving you an aspect ratio of 21:9. And they use an LTPS IPS LCD panel here with support for HDR10. You're also getting a refresh rate of 90Hz on the Moto G to make navigation feel a lot smoother, but you can dial it down to 60 to save on battery or set it to automatic if you want the device to decide for you. In terms of picture quality, colors do get a bit of a lift here versus your standard IPS panel, especially when you have it set to saturated mode in the settings, which is already on by default. Now you might have noticed already, but the Moto G has dual punch holes to house its front cameras, which consist of a 16-megapixel main shooter and an 8-megapixel ultra-wide for those times that you want to get more scenery in the frame. Check out a few sample selfies we've taken so far. Now while we're on the subject of cameras, you've got a quad camera setup on the back with a 48-megapixel main shooter, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide, a 5-megapixel macro camera, and a 2-megapixel depth sensor. You also have a rather large flash module beside it, but anyway, no judgments for now. Here are a few sample photos. Under the hood of this device is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 765, and the unit that we have with us has it paired with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of expandable storage. Now we've seen how this chipset performs in other devices, and it is very reliable for getting work done. Of course, you can also game on it, and as far as I could tell, Wild Rift ran at 60 FPS on ultra settings easily. And yes, it's in the name, so you do have access to the 5G network, which we haven't tested on this phone yet. Keeping the lights on for the Moto G is a 5000 milliamp hour battery, and based on my track record, that should be enough to give me at least a day and a half of battery life with a screen at 90 Hz, but we'll see how long it will last with our battery drain test in our full review. One thing that I love about Moto devices is that in terms of software, you're getting a nearly stock version of Android, and that hasn't changed in this device. It's the cleanest version of Android 10 I've seen this year, which definitely gets 2 thumbs up. As far as pricing goes, this has been given a price tag of 16,990 pesos. Again, 16,990 pesos in case I didn't enunciate enough. But I do have to confirm if it's for this configuration or the one with 6 GB of RAM and 128 GB of storage. I'll confirm everything, but I should have everything listed down below by the time this video comes out. And that's pretty much it for your quick look at the Moto G 5G Plus. The full review should be up in the next couple of days, so make sure you check back. And with that, thank you so much for dropping by and spending a few minutes with me. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, sub to the channel, and make sure you hit that notification bell. If you have any questions, leave them down below, and I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can. For all the latest tech news and gadget reviews, head to unbox.ph, plus follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. My name is Tito James. Peace. God bless. See you guys next time. And of course, stay safe.